Turning to your voice, your vote this morning. Monday is the deadline to register to vote in California, and the presidential candidates are eyeing the finish line. Here's President Obama and what he had to say about his opponent while campaigning in Virginia.
We've got to name this condition that he's going through. I think it's called Romnesia. Here's the good news. Obamacare covers pre-existing conditions.
In the latest Wall Street Journal NBC poll, the president has a strong lead in two battleground states. In Wisconsin, he leads Governor Romney by 6 points, and in Iowa, he's on the good side of an 8-point gap. Now, if the president holds on to his leads in Ohio, Wisconsin, and Iowa, he may have the electoral votes needed to win. Now, Romney is trying to secure victories in the 6 other battleground states.
We can endure 18 more days of the agenda of President Obama, but we cannot endure 4 more years, and that's why we're going to replace him in 18 days.
Right now, Romney has a 6-point lead on the president in Florida. The candidates will spend most of the weekend preparing for their third and final debate on Monday, which we will broadcast live on News 10 starting at 6 p.m. The topic is foreign policy. But who's out on top right now depends on who you ask, even if they're twins. David DeLuz is the president and CEO of the Sacramento Greater Urban League. His brother Craig is on the board of the Robles School District. Gentlemen, David, I know you are a Democrat, Craig, a Republican.
Yes, sir.
So I have to ask, when did you two know that you had different views? I mean, typically twins, you know, people assume that you do everything the same and whatnot, but this case, not so much.
It's probably started when we realized I was a Dallas Cowboy fan and he was a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. So,
growing up, was there a lot of heated debate between the two of you? I mean, talk to us a little bit about it.
All the time. We don't agree on much. There are some things that we agree on, but we've always had different views. He'd stake out a position and I'd just naturally have to go the opposite, or I'd stake out a position and he'd naturally go the opposite. But I think, you know, back when we graduated from college, we ended up moving back together here in Sacramento, and I think at that time Craig was going through a transformation. He found Christ, and he also found...
And he found the Democratic Party.
I found the you know, but he was a finance major at Chico, and I was a journalism major at Cal Poly. He went to a liberal school, I went to a conservative school, and he became a conservative and I became a liberal. You know, who knew?
Sure. Yeah. And being the conservative, in terms of your family, what is the majority of your family? What side do they fall on?
You know, I like to say it this way. We were raised with very conservative values. My mother and father were both relatively conservative. They talked about individual responsibility, individual rights, the importance of liberty, the importance of economics of free enterprise, owning a small business. And I always found it interesting because as I got older and then went to school and majored in finance, which probably meant I was doomed to become a Republican, I realized that the values that I was raised with were very inconsistent with the party to which most of my family was a member. And with that, and starting to really take a look at politics overall and deciding to get involved in politics, I figured I needed to be in a party whose values were consistent with my own.
Nowadays, when you're gathered around the dinner table, does the debate come up in terms of you know, what you're looking for in a candidate and what you think is best for the country? And is it just you two talking, or does everyone else chip in as well?
I don't think we don't wait to get to the dinner table, whether it's on a phone conversation after a debate or we both see something on the news or something like that. Rarely do we wait to have that conversation. It comes up all the time. But it's what's great about it is that we're able to debate, discuss. We're able to be passionate. We're able to take below the belt jabs at one another. And we know it's all fun because we love one another.
But it also depends on whose house we're at. You know, who wins? Whoever has a home court advantage usually wins the day at that particular time. Yeah.
Well, he thinks he wins the day.
And do you guys have kids?
Yes.
Yeah.
Crazy uncles then, I'm sure.
Crazy, crazy, crazy uncle.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right, gentlemen, thank you so much for being with us this morning. Remember, if you haven't registered to vote, the deadline is Monday. That means mail-in applications must be postmarked that day, or you have to complete online registration by midnight. The website is registertovote.ca.gov.